and welcome to Piano Easy Tutorials. I'm Samuel Booth. Today I'm going to be looking at 4 chords arranged in 4 different ways. So we will be covering triadic chords with broken thirds, broken chords arranged into arpeggios, and octave stretches with fifth intervals and passing notes. These 4 methods of arranging chords are absolute must-knows for pianists and keyboardists, especially if you're first starting out. So I think this is a really useful tool, especially for those who want to develop their left hand to go alongside the melodies that they're playing. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe in the bottom corner to keep up to date for more content coming very soon. Okay, so to start off with the left hand arrangements, we're going to start off with something called triadic chords in major and minor. And the first one will be what we call a C major chord, the most common one that you'll come across. So I'll start with 5 on C, 3 on E, 1 on G, and that will give me a C major chord. Then I'm going to move down to 5 on F, 3 on A, 1 on C, and that will give me a F major chord. And then I'm going to move my 5 to A, 3 to C, 1 on E, and that will give me something called an A minor chord. Notice that the minor is different to the major because minor is sad and major is happy. And then I'm going to move my 5 down to G, 3 on B, 1 on D, which will give me a G major chord. So that completes the process for those first 4 chords. So let's go around those again. C major, F major, A minor, and then G major. So now let's get into the second arrangement. This time we're going to be playing the same triadic chords, but however, we're going to be including something called broken thirds. Now, the reason why it's called a broken third is because we have something called a third interval, which is from C, D, E. So we count 1, 2, 3, and that gives us something called a third interval. And we're going to get our 5 and our 3 on that C and E, and then we've got a 1 here on a G. And then we alternate between those 2. So 5 and the 3 on C and E, 1 on G. And repeat that. And then move down to F this time. So following the same triadic positions that you did in the first arrangement. So F and A together, then 1 on C. And then move to your next one, which was A minor. A and C, up to E. Remember, keeping that 5 and 3 together and then followed by a 1. And then move down to the next chord, which is a G major triad. So we're going to use 5 on 3 together again, on your G and B, and then to 1 on D. So let's go through that a bit quicker. Like that. Now, the third arrangement will be something called an arpeggio. Now, do have a look on the text above, which will explain how that works. So we're starting with a 5 on a C, 3 on an E, 2 on a G, and 1 on a C. And we start with a 5, move to 3, move to 2 on G, move to 1 on C, and then come back down to 2 on G, 3 on E, back to 5 on C, and back to 3 on E. And now we're going to move this time, because the next chord after that we played was an F major chord like we did in the triads. We're now going to move our 5 to an F to give us an F major arpeggio. So F, finger 5, 3 on A, 2 on C, 1 on F, and come back down like that and finish on your 3 on A. And now we're going to move to an A minor arpeggio. So 5 on A, 3 on C, 2 on E, and 1 on the next A above, middle C, because middle C is there. So, and we're going to do this. 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, like that. And then we're going to move down to 5 on G to give our G major arpeggio. So that's 5 on G, 3 on B, 2 on the D, 1 on the G, 2 on the D, 3 on the B, 5 on the G, and 3 on the B. So let's go through that pattern again a bit quicker. 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, practice that a little bit quicker and a bit smoother, and we'll have this. And just keep practicing that slowly and then build your speed up. Let's now move into the fourth arrangement. This time, we're going to be doing octave stretches with fifth intervals and passing notes. So let's go through how this works. So to start off with, we're going to have a 5 on a C. And then we then stretch our 2 to the G above that C. And that's going to give us something called the fifth interval. And that's because the range between those two notes is a 5-note distance. And then after that, we go straight into the passing notes. So let's try this out and let me show you how I do that. 5, 2, 1. Pass the 2 over. And we've got 2 passing notes here. D and E. And then come back down past the 1 underneath. And back to 2. And then we're going to move this time to 5 on F. And do it in F major this time. Stretch your 2 to C. 1 on F. 2 over to the G. 1 on the A. Play the 2 on the G, 1 underneath, and stretch your 2 back to C. And now we're going to go to A minor. 5 on the A, 2 on the E, 1 on the A, 2 over on the B, 1 on the C, 2 on the B, pass your 1 back underneath to the A, and stretch your 2 to the E. And then lastly, for my last arrangement, that's 5 on G, 2 on D, 1 on the next G, pass my 2 over to A, 1 on B, back to 2 on A, pass my 1 underneath to the G, and back to 2 on D. So the pattern goes like this, a little bit quicker. 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you can practice and build that up. So to make this more interesting, now I'm going to add in a right hand melody to complement the left hand that I've been practicing. So the pattern goes like this. 2 on my G. Now it's not going to be the first G above the middle C, but the second G. And I'm going to put that on there and stretch my 1 down to C, and then stretch my 5 up to the next C and back and forth down to C. 2, 1, 5, 1. So the pattern goes like this. 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1. And then play my 4 on the B to finish it off to make it a bit more interesting and back down to C. So like this. And repeat it. Repeat it again. It's just repeated like that. So now I'm going to add that right hand melody into the arrangements which I've just done in the left hand, and you're going to see different effects when I start to build into these arrangements. So let's start off with the first one. And move down to F. And move up to A. And down to G. Okay. And now I'm going to go to the next progression. And then we're going to now go into the third arrangement, which is the arpeggios again. And we go like this. And then lastly, the fourth progression. Like that. Now I'm going to go into full speed. So that's the end of today's video. Don't forget, if you like this, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe in the bottom corner for more content coming really soon. Also, if you have any questions about this tutorial, feel free to drop a message in the comment box and I'll get back to you and reply as soon as I can.